Have you ever looked at a nickel and wondered if it might be worth more than just 5 cents? Sometimes, coins that we see as ordinary pocket change actually have fascinating stories behind them. One coin that often sparks curiosity is the 1971 Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, it looks like a modern coin you could easily find in circulation today. But when we dig into its design, its history, and what it's worth to collectors, there's more to discover. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the 1971 5-cent USA coin and learn whether this common nickel could have some hidden value. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the stories behind us coins and uncover their history and value. If you love coins, collecting, or just learning about the treasures hidden in everyday money, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Now, let's jump into the world of the 1971 Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design was created by Felix Schlag, who won a national competition to redesign the 5-cent piece. His design has remained on the coin for decades, with only slight modifications over time. On the obverse, or front side, of the coin, we see a portrait of America's third president, Thomas Jefferson. He is shown facing left, with the word Liberty and the date to the left of his profile. The motto, "In God We Trust," curves around the right side for the 1971 nickel. You'll also find the D mint mark to the right of Jefferson, indicating that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin features Jefferson's home, Monticello, a neoclassical mansion in Virginia. Across the top are the words E pluribus unum, and just beneath the image is the name Monticello. Under that, you'll see 5 cents and United States of America. Schlag's Monticello design was slightly modified in 1942, improved clarity. But by 1971, it was the well-known reverse that Americans had seen for over 30 years. Now, let's talk about the historical context. The year 1971 was an important one in U.S. history. The Vietnam War was ongoing, and President Richard Nixon made the groundbreaking decision to take the United States off the gold standard, a move that reshaped the economy and the value of money itself. Inflation was beginning to rise, and everyday Americans felt the impact of changing prices. Despite these major events, the U.S. Mint continued producing circulating coins in massive numbers, ensuring that coins like the 1971 nickel would remain readily available for commerce. The 1971 Jefferson Nickel was struck only at the Denver Mint, with no nickels from Philadelphia carrying a mint mark that year. Denver produced over 316 million of these coins, making them very common. Because of this high mintage, most 1971 nickels are still only worth their face value of 5 cents today. However, condition plays a huge role in determining collectible value. For circulated coins, ones that have been used in pocket change for decades, their value typically remains at just 5 cents. They're very easy to find in circulation, in change, or even in jars of coins many people keep at home. But uncirculated examples, especially those with sharp details and no signs of wear, are much more desirable to collectors. In mint state condition, a 1971 nickel can be worth anywhere from $1 to $15. Depending on the grade, the real jump in value happens with coins that are certified at higher grades by professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. For example, nickels graded MS66 or MS67 with full steps can be worth significantly more. Full steps refers to the detail on the steps of Monticello, on the reverse of the coin. Because of strike quality and wear, it's often hard to see all the steps clearly. Coins where all 5 or 6 steps are visible without breaks are much scarcer and more valuable. A 1971. The nickel with full steps in superb condition can bring hundreds of dollars at auction. Errors and varieties also make certain 1971 nickels more valuable. Some examples include off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. For instance, a few Jefferson nickels have been discovered struck on dime planchets, making them smaller and thinner than usual. These types of mint errors are rare and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the uniqueness of the error and the coin's condition. Collectors love these anomalies because they represent mistakes in the minting process that slipped into circulation. So, what should you do if you come across a 1971 nickel? The first step is to carefully examine the coin. Check for wear, scratches, or damage. Look closely at the Monticello building on the reverse side. The steps fully visible. If so, you may have a coin that's worth sending in for grading. If it looks unusual in size, color, or design, it could be a mint error worth investigating further. If you think your coin has potential, there are several ways to sell it. Local coin shops are a good option because dealers can examine the coin in person and give you an immediate offer. Coin shows are another great venue since you can meet multiple dealers and get competitive offers. If you prefer selling online, Platforms like eBay or heritage auctions are excellent choices, especially for higher value coins. Make sure to take clear close-up photos of both sides of the coin, highlighting the date, mint mark, and Monticello steps if they are visible. For more valuable coins, professional grading is recommended. Services like PCGS or NGC will evaluate the coin, assign it a grade, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder. This not only protects the coin, but also assures buyers of its authenticity and condition, often increasing the final selling price. Keep in mind that grading comes with fees, so it's best to reserve this option for coins in very high condition or those with potential rarity. Even though most 1971D nickels aren't worth much more than face value, they still have historical significance and can be fun to collect. They represent a time in American history when the economy was changing and coin production was adapting to the needs of everyday commerce. They also remind us of the enduring design of Felix Schlag's Jefferson Nickel, which became a staple of American pocket change for decades. In conclusion, the 1971D 5-cent coin is a common but interesting piece of U.S. coinage. While most examples are only worth a nickel, higher-grade coins with full steps or unique mint errors can be worth much more. Whether you're a serious collector or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, it's always worth taking a second look at your coins. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to uncover more stories about the money we use every day, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who might also love coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.